Hello. So I was going to talk about my surgery experience so far. I am yes, I have a paper, day 12. So day 1 obviously was July 11th. Well, I had the surgery. I have a piece of paper so I can make sure I don't forget anything. Surgery was at 7:30 in the morning. It was a 4-hour surgery. Doctor had me upside down where they can jack and move my spine. I will put the name of the actual surgery at the bottom. It's a really long name. They put the 4 screws and recuperation. When they woke me up, apparently I did not want to get up for a while. I honestly do not know for how long. I forgot to ask my family because they're the ones there and they know. They're the one who told me, plus he did too, but I didn't ask for how long. So they had a little bit of hard time waking me up. And then from there I went to my room and I was at the hospital for 2 days. At the hospital, obviously, from the tube and being upside down and the way that I was placed, it's why I had a fat lip. I was quite out of it for the first 2 days. The anesthesia really kicked my rear end, but while I was there, nurses took good care of me. My husband stayed with me. They took turns between my mom and him. Usually he would stay at nighttime and mostly of the day because he still didn't want to go home. I needed to be turned. It was supposed to be every 20 minutes to 25 minutes, but my body couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it because they were not giving me strong medication because they were terrified because I stayed asleep for so long. So it was too painful. So we would go longer without turning me. And then once they started making me learn how to do what it's called the log roll, it's kind of like where you kind of turn to your side, bring your legs up, and you roll literally like a log. So to your elbows up, and they didn't took a video of that, but they taught me how to do that. And then the pain started to be a little bit more stronger, and so they started giving me actually medication, and they started increasing it little by little. So I only take what a normal person would take a whole pill. I would take a half of a half, and that's what I've been taking. And now I only take a half in the morning, and then depending how bad during the day, then either a half at nighttime. So I'll go all day long with technically 1 pill. On day 4 I came home. That first day I remember bits and pieces, not all of it, because I slept a lot. The ride home was rough because of the pain, and you have to sit and the incisions are on your back. But I remember coming home, resting. My family was like on it. They did not want me doing anything. They want me to take it easy. We did not. With the discharge instructions of the nurse was like pretty much she can get up to use the restroom, back to bed, pretty much. And obviously I had to use a walker and all of that. And then so meds, sleep, eat, repeat. On day 5 and 6, which was the weekend after my surgery, obviously I had a lot of people around the house, people visiting me, family, friends, and all of that. So pretty much I slept also, medication, you know. Pain level was not as bad as I expected to be. It was obviously hard going to the restroom when you sit down and trying to stand up. That cases, but you know, that's why you have the walker to assist you. My husband assisted me too. At that point he was still helping me get into bed, so when I will sit down at the bed he will bring my legs up as I will lay down. Day 7 is when I actually went back to the surgeon appointment. I had new x-rays done, and the x-rays came out fine. Everything was in place, everything was doing great. That's when he removed the bandages, and he pretty much, the only restrictions he gave me was no bending, pulling, lifting. I had to take it easy, you know, and I can go for walks, as many walks as my body can handle. So I can walk as much as my body can handle it. So I started walking around the house, walking outside, and things like that. Day 8, I went to my regular doctor visit, because my regular doctor that's going to be taking care of me after my, seizure all the time, got to see me, got to see the incision, got the records from my surgeon, and everything looks good. They double checked the incisions, making sure that everything was healing correctly, skin, no infections, none of that. Don't have none of that. Day 9, it was the first time I actually went and walked around the block. I will be putting a clip of that. My brother, my daughter, and Leslie, which is my son's girlfriend, went with us around the block, and I did good. Took it slow, took my time. It was kind of fun. I haven't been like out of the house, only to doctor's appointments, so that was good. And we just joked, had fun. It took me 30 minutes to go around the block, but I did it, and that's the only thing that I cared about, is doing it. Was I in pain? Yes, at the end of the night when I came home. That was kind of rough, but I mean, it's expected. Your body is weak. The doctor told me that my left leg is very, very weak from my spine, and my muscle is very weak, so I need to get that one super stronger again. So obviously I felt like I was lifting weights and doing all of that when my leg is not used to all that. Day 10, normal day. I had a good day, still did my walk, did what I needed to do in my house. No cleaning or anything, but I'm just talking about like walking back and forth, getting into bed. At this point I can get into bed by myself and do pretty much a lot of the stuff by myself. The only thing I have trouble is reaching over my head, because it pulls the stitches. Not so much that it actually hurts my back, but it pulls my stitches, and my hair is long. It's like to my waist, so to wash it and stuff I need help. And so for that, my daughter washes my hair, and I've been doing the braids. Well, not me, my best friend, she does the braids for me to keep my hair contained, because as you guys know, it's very curly. Day 10, the night was really, really rough. It's the first night I had a really, really rough night. My body felt like it had knots everywhere, like when you get the restless leg syndrome, that you feel like you gotta get up, you gotta move, and that's what my body felt. So it was like at 3 in the morning. I literally was with my walker, walking up and down in my house, living room, kitchen, hallway, room, back and forth into my body. Was like, I don't know, it was too tense. I don't know what happened, but that's what it did that night. I needed to take, my pain medication and just walk around the house and wait for it to kind of calm down. A little bit of muscle relaxers actually to make my muscles relax. They were too tense. I asked the doctor the next day. He says that is normal because my body's been so weak for so long. Remember, guys, I come from using only walkers and wheelchairs and canes, so my body needs to get stronger again. So I can say I have not used my wheelchair. I've been using walker and my cane in the house. I'm allowed to use the cane in my house and the walker outside, obviously for purposely of not falling or anything like that, but I am doing good with that so far. So day 11, went for another walk, and that time was my grandson and my husband. I went for a walk again. I took it easy and doing really good with that. I've been trying to keep track of my walks, still doing what I need to do, and I've been doing the little exercises at home, kind of like lifting your legs, kind of like physical therapy, but I really don't need to go to a physical therapist. But because before I have had them, I've been doing some of them at home on my own. And then do it day 12, which is today, and today is the 22nd of July, so today is day 12 from surgery. I have been allergic to the tape that they had done, the bandages at first, and then they changed those to like little strips, which I will be first one to the second one, and apparently my skin does not like the tape, so I've been very allergic. Contacted doctor again. It was like really bad. I had to take a Benadryl. My back was swollen, and it's not really from the incisions, it's more from the tape. So my actual back and the incisions doesn't hurt, it's actual my skin, it feels like it's on fire and it burns. So today we went to go find a different kind of tape. So my mom, she changed that. We put Benadryl and we changed that, and then I lasted 2 or 3 hours with them on. Had to have them removed. My body just cannot take it. It's just too irritated, too swollen, and it's more the skin. So I've been without anything on them for a couple hours, and it actually feels better. It's not burning. The doctor said as long as I take it super easy now, because it's not holding it together. I do have stitches, but the stitches are like in the inside, and then they're kind of close to the surface, but you can't see them from the outside. And the tape is pretty much to keep it shut, so then if I do a sudden movement, it doesn't open up and rip a stitch. So now I have to be extra careful on the way that I move because I don't have the tape. But that's okay, because my skin was so irritated and it got to look kind of really ugly, you know, really swollen and too bad, and it was burning. And it just defeats the purpose of me trying to do my exercise, trying to get better, when the bandages are even hurting when I would sit down. I mean, it was just too much, too irritated. So the only thing that now on day 12 that I'm having trouble with is pretty much when I'm going from a standing position to sitting position, and sitting position to a standing position. Obviously, I think it's for 2 reasons. 1, my legs are weak, and 2, obviously the incisions are at the bottom and, you know, your hips, back area. So that pulls, hurts. Not as bad as I thought it would hurt, but you know, that's what I'm having trouble lifting my arms. I can lift my arms, don't get me wrong, I can, but cannot do it for a long time, and I can feel the pull, and we don't want that because we want this skin to heal correctly. I'm still not allowed, obviously, to bend, lift anything, which the worst for me has been not be able to pick my grandson. My grandson comes to visit me, and yesterday he wanted me to pick him up, and he really wanted me to pick him up. So I kept on telling him, you know, Abuela has an owie, and he looks at it, and then he's like, okay, and then he, you know, he kind of goes away, and then he'll come back and ask. So yesterday he got to sit. I sat on my wheelchair just for safety purposes, sat him on my lap, I held him tight, he hugged me. I got to actually hold him, read a book, and kind of got that one-on-one where I don't want him to feel like I'm pushing him away, because that is not the reason, and he cannot understand the whole surgery situation. So, you know, the doctor wants me to use the walker outside for safety when I go in public to stores. He said obviously for people maybe can see a visual aid that I am injured and not bump into me. But overall, I've been feeling good. The neck pain that I always had there, it's not there. The burning and excruciating pain that I had on my tailbone, that is gone. Obviously the surgery is not for everybody, but as in right now, I haven't been able, or I haven't needed to use my wheelchair because my body cannot lift itself. I am doing good. My body, I'm thankful right now that it's taking everything well. I haven't gotten fevers or anything, side effects that I could get from it, except the tape. That's the only worst thing that I've had so far, and obviously not be able to pick my grandson. So as in right now, day 12, everything has gone to plan, and hopefully with God willing, everything will be going to plan. I will be taking it easy, doing what the doctor tells me to do, and that's the only thing I can do until I heal completely, and who knows how long that will take. I'm pretty sure it will take a while. So as in right now, Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the nice comments. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, you guys can email me. You guys can comment at the bottom. And remember that your life is an adventure, and that's what life is all about, ups and downs, and that you are fearless, and I'm fearless, and we can do this. And thank you for watching so much. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.